the weakest soldier. The Zarathi commander grabbed the small human girl by her throat. He lifted her 3 feet off the ground. His soldiers laughed behind him. But then something moved in the shadows, something ancient, something hungry. And for the first time in 200 years, Commander Vex felt fear. But to understand this moment, we need to go back 7 days. The arrival. The transport ship landed on Nexus Station. It was the largest military base in the galaxy. Over 50,000 soldiers trained here, warriors from 200 different species. The door opened. A young woman stepped out. Her name was Elena Cross. She was 24 years old. She stood only 5 feet 4 inches tall. She weighed just 110 pounds. By galactic standards, she was tiny, weak, breakable. Aliens walked past her. Some were 8 feet tall, some had 4 arms, some had scales and claws and fangs. All of them were bigger than her. All of them ignored her. Elena took a deep breath. She whispered to herself, "You can do this." She walked toward the registration center. The rejection. The registration officer looked at Elena. He had 3 eyes. All 3 eyes showed disgust. "You are assigned to Apex Division?" he asked. "Yes, sir." He laughed out loud. "Apex Division is for elite warriors. You look like you cannot kill a fly." "My orders come from General Zorath himself." The officer checked. The orders were real. "Very well," he said slowly. "Your commander is Vex Talon. Good luck, human. You will need it." Meeting the squad. Elena walked into the Apex barracks. Every soldier stopped to stare at her. Whispers filled the room. "Is that a human? She's so small. This must be a joke." Elena found Squad 9. 4 aliens sat there. Crix was a green-scaled warrior with a spiked tail. Mira had purple skin and 4 arms. Brutus looked like a walking mountain. Sarah had orange fur and sharp claws like a cat. They all looked at Elena with disgust. "They sent us a human?" Crix laughed. "A tiny, breakable human?" Before Elena could respond, a shadow fell over her. She turned around and looked up, and up, and up. Commander Vex Talon stood before her, 8 feet tall, blue-grey skin, 4 arms, eyes completely black. No pupils, just endless darkness. "So," Vex said, "you are the human." "Yes, Commander. I have trained 4,000 soldiers. 800 of them died during training. They were all stronger than you." He turned and walked away. "Training begins tomorrow. If you survive the first week, I will be impressed." The first night. That night, Elena could not sleep. She heard something strange, a sound from space itself, like a heartbeat, slow, powerful, ancient. She walked to the window. She looked into the darkness. Nothing was there, just stars, just emptiness. But the sound continued. Thump, thump, thump. Elena pressed her hand against the glass. And far away, in the darkness between stars, something massive opened its eyes. Something that had slept for 1,000 years. Something that was now awake, and it was looking directly at her. Elena did not know it yet, but her life was about to change forever. Something was coming. Something bigger than any ship. Something older than any civilization. The galaxy called it the Alpha, the first hunter, the beast, and for reasons no one understood, it had chosen her. What is this creature? Why has it chosen Elena? And what will happen when the galaxy's deadliest beast arrives at Nexus Station? If you want to know, subscribe to HFY-Sci-Fi and hit the bell icon. Part 2 is coming soon. Until then, remember, in the darkness of space, humanity is never alone. The beast awakens. The creature was 2 miles long. Its body blocked the stars. Its eyes burned like dying suns. Every weapon on Nexus Station fired at it. Missiles, lasers, plasma bombs. The creature did not even blink. Commander Vex watched from the command center. His hands were shaking. "What do we do?" someone screamed. Vex had no answer. But somewhere on the station, a small human girl was walking toward the beast. She was not running away. She was smiling. 3 days earlier, the training. The gauntlet was a death course. 10 miles of fire pits, acid pools, and combat robots. Most soldiers took 3 hours to finish. Some never finished at all. Commander Vex looked at Squad 9. "If one fails, all fail. Begin." They ran. Elena ran too. The first mile was easy. The second mile had fire shooting from the ground. Crix got burned. He cursed loudly. But Elena watched the pattern. She counted. 1, 2, 3. Jump. She passed through without a single burn. Mira looked back at her with surprise. The 5th mile had combat robots. They attacked with electric whips. The aliens fought them with strength. Elena could not do that. She was too weak. So she did something else. She watched. She learned. She moved where they did not expect. She did not destroy a single robot. But she passed through without getting hit once. Sarah watched her with new eyes. The acid pools, mile 6. Bubbling green acid everywhere. Small platforms floated on top. Step too long, you sink. You die. Brutus went first. His weight made platforms sink fast. He barely made it. Crix made it. Mira made it. Sarah made it. Elena jumped. First platform, second platform, third platform. Her foot slipped. She fell. Time slowed down. She saw the acid below, green, hungry, ready to melt her flesh. Then something grabbed her wrist. Sarah, the cat-like alien, had jumped back. She caught Elena with one clawed hand. "Hold on, human!" She threw Elena to the next platform. They made it across together. Elena looked at Sarah. "Thank you." Sarah shrugged. "If you died, we all fail. I did not do it for you." But Elena saw something in her eyes. Respect. The voice in the dark. That night, Elena had a dream. She stood in endless darkness. Red stars surrounded her, dying stars. A voice pressed into her mind. Not a sound, a feeling. Little human. Elena tried to speak. She could not move. "I have waited so long, slept so long, but now I wake." Something moved in the darkness. 2 eyes opened. Each eye was bigger than a planet. They burned with ancient fire. "They will fear me. They will hate me. But you are different." Elena found her voice. "Who are you?" "I am Zaroth, the first hunter, the alpha of all predators." The name echoed through space. "And you, little human, you will be my voice." Elena woke up screaming. It arrives. Alarms exploded across the station. Red lights flashed everywhere. Commander Vex's voice thundered through speakers. "All soldiers to battle stations. This is not a drill. Something is approaching." Elena ran to the window, and she saw it. A shape in the darkness, growing larger every second. 2 miles of scales and claws and ancient hunger. 2 eyes opened, eyes bigger than moons, and they looked directly at her. "I am here, little human." The voice filled her mind. "Now, come to me." Every soldier on the station prepared to fight, every weapon aimed at the creature. But Elena was walking toward the docking bay, alone, unarmed. Sarah grabbed her arm. "Where are you going? That thing will kill you." Elena looked at her friend. "No," she said quietly, "it will not." "How do you know?" Elena smiled, a strange, peaceful smile. "Because it did not come here to destroy. It came here to find me." She pulled her arm free and walked toward the monster. What does Zaroth want with Elena? Why did it choose her? And what will happen when the weakest soldier meets the strongest creature in the universe? The answers will shock you. Subscribe to HFY-Sci-Fi. Part 3 is coming soon. Until then, remember, sometimes the smallest voice can calm the biggest storm. The Alpha Kneels. Commander Vex grabbed Elena by her throat. He lifted her off the ground. His black eyes burned with rage. "You will not go to that monster!" he roared. Elena could not breathe. Her feet dangled in the air. Behind Vex, the soldiers watched. Nobody moved to help her. But outside the window, two massive eyes opened, and the station began to shake. Face to face. 10 minutes earlier, Elena had reached the docking bay. Sarah ran after her. "Elena, stop, please." "I cannot stop, it needs me. It will eat you alive." Elena turned to face her friend. "Sarah, my whole life people said I was too weak, too small, too human. Maybe they were right. Maybe I cannot fight like you. Maybe I cannot lift heavy things or run fast or break walls." She touched Sarah's face gently. "But I can do something none of you can. I can listen. I can understand. I can connect." Tears formed in Sarah's eyes. "I do not want to lose you." "You will not." Elena smiled and walked into the airlock. The meeting. The airlock opened. Elena floated into space. A small oxygen mask covered her face. Nothing else protected her. In front of her, Zaroth waited. 2 miles of ancient power, scales that glowed like liquid fire, claws that could tear planets apart. Any other being would have screamed, would have begged, would have died from fear alone. Elena floated closer. "You came." Zaroth's voice filled her mind. "Alone, unarmed, unafraid. You asked me to come. I asked many others before, across thousands of years. They all ran, they all fought, they all died. I am not them. No, you are not." The creature's massive head moved closer. One eye studied her, an eye bigger than a city. "Why do you not fear me?" Elena thought for a moment. "Because I know what loneliness feels like. I see it in you. You are not a monster. You are just alone." Silence. Then Zaroth made a sound, deep, rumbling. It took Elena a moment to understand. The creature was crying. The betrayal. Suddenly, alarms screamed inside the station. Commander Vex's voice roared through all channels. "Fire everything! Kill the creature now!" Missiles launched. Thousands of them. "No!" Elena screamed. The missiles hit Zaroth. Fire and smoke covered its body. Elena's heart stopped. Then the smoke cleared. Zaroth was unharmed, not a single scratch, but its eyes had changed. The sadness was gone. Now there was only rage. "They attack me, again, like all the others. Please, they do not understand. Then they will learn." Zaroth opened its mouth. Energy gathered inside. Enough power to destroy the entire station. 50,000 lives, gone in 1 second. "Wait!" Elena flew directly in front of the creature's mouth. A tiny human, facing a god. "If you destroy them, you prove them right. You become the monster they think you are. They deserve death. Maybe, but you deserve better. You deserve to be more than their fear." Zaroth paused. "Why do you protect them? They hurt you. They mock you. They call you weak." "Because protecting those who hurt us, that is what makes us strong." The kneel. Silence filled the universe. Then, slowly, impossibly, Zaroth lowered its head. Down, 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 until its massive skull rested before Elena, the most powerful creature in the galaxy, kneeling to a small human girl. "I have lived for millions of years. I have seen empires rise and fall. I have destroyed worlds and consumed stars." Its voice became soft, gentle. "But I have never met anyone like you." Inside the station, every soldier watched in shock. Commander Vex dropped to his knees. His black eyes were wide with disbelief. Sarah pressed her hand against the window. Tears rolled down her fur. Crix whispered, "Impossible." But it was not impossible. It was happening. "From this day," Zaroth announced, "I follow you, I protect you, I am yours." Elena placed her small hand on the creature's scales. "No," she said softly, "we protect each other. That is what friends do." The new beginning. They had laughed at her. They had mocked her. They had called her the weakest soldier. But now Elena Cross stood beside the most powerful being in the universe, not as its master, not as its servant, as its equal, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Narrator outro. They laughed at the human recruit. They said she was too small, too weak, too fragile. But she did what no army could do. She tamed the untamable. She befriended the beast that gods feared, not with weapons, not with strength, with kindness. That is the human way. That is why we survive. That is why we are forever.